Wow. So all this is yours, huh? Yes, it is. And it could be yours. Yeah, okay. So is that like a gold-plated fireplace right there? Wow. Yeah. And it's got a marble inlay around the gold plates. It's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. Is that a Goya right there? No, that's not a Goya. You don't know your art. Oh man. Wow. That's a polar bear. Yeah, that's a polar bear. So, down to business? Uh, what is business as you see it? Well, I mean, you have some choices, right? You can keep on working out there as a waiter at a restaurant, and I can come keep giving you tips. We can have our chit chat here and there, or you can come and you can work for me. What do you think? Would you like to work for me? I don't want to be a waiter. That's for sure. I would rather get paid for doing what I love doing. I don't. I don't hate. I don't hate waiting tables, but you'd rather make a pretty penny working for me, wouldn't you? Yeah. Well, what exactly do you do? Let's just say that I'm in touch with very powerful people who run things behind the scenes. Okay. Maybe I can know a little bit more about that before I decide to work for you. Well, yeah, sure. I am the operations manager for the Deep State. The operations manager for the Deep State. I am in the living room of an operations manager for the Deep State. Actually, not operations or an operations manager, the operations manager of the Deep State. Please have a seat. I think I'll stand. So you could probably just like have me assassinated by thinking about it. Yeah, pretty much. And you want me to work for you? Yeah. Why do you want me to work for you? Well, let's just say that we've noticed that you are kind of a perky fellow. Probably a little bit too insightful for your own good. And whenever we see that happening, we like to reach out. Make contact. See if you've got any balls. Because you're clearly onto something, but how far are you going to take it? And how far are we going to let you take it? We intercept people who we think have got talent, who are enterprising, resourceful, who can perhaps be turned if shown enough power. Either power that they can have, or power that can be used against them. It's of course your choice. Oh, all right, right. my choice. I suppose you've got some scrapbook around here of people who have chosen not to work for you. And if I want to avoid being in that scrapbook of headshots, I can say yes, I'll work for you. So what does that mean? As I'm here talking to the operations manager of the deep state. Well, what it means is that I'm going to set up a place for you in the neighboring room where you can perform on a little stage, and I'm going to invite various heads of state here, and we're going to watch you, and we're going to find out ways that we can utilize your gifts to promote the agenda of the deep state. How does that sound for you? Oh yeah, that's irresistible, let me tell you. So who is this? Floor 7? Yeah. Freedom of Information Act, Non-Disclosure Act, all that good stuff. So what exactly is the deep state, since I'm talking to the operations manager of the deep state? Could you care to tell me the nature of my employment and my employer? Sure. The deep state, it's pretty simple. It covers everything from what we know as the deep state, also the elected state, the public-private sector, the national security state, and the institutions of propaganda. Essentially anything from non-government organizations and the UN to Madison Avenue and transportation. If you can think about it, we've got our fingers in it. And what we do is we find people who are promising, such as yourself, have promising talent, skill, a kind of entrepreneurial edge, and we audition them for the deep state. What we want to do is polish our image. It's more like a public relations maneuver, so that you come in here and you audition for various heads of state and senior figures and advisors in the various institutions, think tanks, university heads, private research institutions, things of that nature, and we find out the best way to implement you so that you can give us a glossy image, more or less. Make us appeal to the masses. Of course, they won't know that you're working for us because they don't really understand the deep state. And it's your job to keep them liking us. We hire out artists across the board, and it's essentially the PR wing of the architecture of control. How does that sound for you? And before you answer, realize that if you do say no to us, that's fine. We'll pass over you. But now that you've been initiated, if you say no, we'll be watching you even more closely. Anybody who gets in that front door already has a little brand. Not only do we know that you're out there, we've invited you into our living room. You've now been branded. We'll be tracking you. And we'll make sure that you never have any popularity if you say no. You will, of course, be given great popularity if you say yes. You might even win an Oscar. We'll make sure that a movie producer sees your videos and makes a success story out of you. You'll rise through the ranks meteorically. Now, we can't guarantee that you'll win an Oscar because there are other people who are in line before you to win an Oscar. Everybody gets rewarded. Some get rewarded more than others. But that's how it works. It's all a reward system, if you play along, and if you don't, it's a punishment system. It's really your choice. Do you want to make the stronger decision and join forces with us? Or do you want to die in obscurity, a lonely artist out there pimping your wares to a public that doesn't care? It's of course your decision. You know, that doesn't sound much like a decision to me. What you're telling me is that I've come to your attention. You've knocked on my door, invited me into your living room, and tell me that if I don't follow your orders, I will be consigned to oblivion for the rest of my life. That I will have no recognition, no popularity. That I will drone and drone away here in complete obscurity. And then you choose, you dangle these grapes in front of me. Think I could use the bathroom? Yeah, sure, go ahead, use the bathroom. It's over there. Take your time, think about it. It's a nice bathroom. Yeah, I'm sure that it is. Thank you very much. So I went into the bathroom. And I'm there, and I'm holding my Johnson, peeing, thinking, worrying. And then out of the corner of my side eye, I see a little keyhole in the wall. Peephole, really. And I go up to the keyhole, peephole. And I look. And I look at him. I'm spying on the master of operations, the manager of operations for the deep state. What a fucking high to spy on a spy master. He's not doing much. He's just sitting there, smiling insouciantly. A vacuous smile, a smile that's got nothing in it. No soul. The smile of a man who is only oriented toward the exterior world and has no interiority whatsoever. Anything that arises inside of him is always already oriented toward the outside world, the external world, and how he might control it. He's got his fingers everywhere. It's like looking at a ghost. Nothing behind the eyes. And if he sees promise or talent or gifts in another person, he doesn't appreciate those gifts for the manifest interiority and the infinite richness that the psyche flows forth. No, he's only thinking how he can put that richness to work, to maintain, perpetuate the infrastructure of domination. It's all one great rhizomatic structure, a system of control and influence. And he's the operations manager. Well, believe me, it's not easy peeing with your Johnson and looking through a keyhole at the same time. So when I was done, I wagged it a little bit, zipped up my pants, took one last look through the keyhole, washed my hands. I shouldn't have washed my hands, because I knew I was going to shake his hand and I said goodbye. It would be nice to kind of shake his hand with a little urine on my hand. Then I went back out. I went up to him and I stuck out my hand, the hand that I was just pissing with. And I said to him, thank you. Thank you, thank you. This was an honor. I hope you don't speak to the restaurant owner and get me fired, but I do need to decline, at least for now. And if you continue to be a regular at the restaurant and you come in and continue to tip me, maybe we can talk more about it in the future. And right now I'm a little unsure what I want to do with myself, with my life. The idea that there is a glass ceiling for my expression now because I refuse to cooperate with the deep state, that's important information to have. At the same time, there's a question of artistic integrity and, generally speaking, integrity of the soul. You want to use an authentic human being to validate your inauthentic enterprises. Essentially, you want to weaponize my realness. If you weaponize my realness, then you've won. Because everybody's afraid of being real. Everybody's afraid of even looking in that direction. So even though you're controlling pretty much everything, you control even the thoughts that are available for me to think. There's of course one thing that you can't control, which is my real response to you, to the rhizome of oppression that is omnipresent. I just resist that molecularly. It's the only real thing that I know in my heart of hearts is real. You want to weaponize my realness. And sir, I understand that you don't really have a soul, because you don't even believe in the interior. You don't even believe in the inside. And I am the very opposite of you. Because you've colonized the outside. The only thing I have left is the inside. And I'm going to have to decline your offer to weaponize my realness